Hello all, we are here with Matthew Wright, owner of 9 Directions and philosopher by trade. How you doing, Matt?
Doing well, sir. Yourself?
Fantastic, thanks. So can you tell us a little bit more about what 9 Directions is and what you guys do?
I will do my best to tell you what 9 Directions is. 9 Directions kind of states we go in a lot of different areas. My big thing is about communication, about getting the ideas across. So 9 Directions, based on philosophy, is understanding where we should keep the mind and how we should act day to day. But of course, on top of that, we got to study and how we can get that way. So I study martial arts. The martial art that I study is ninjutsu, and it's a very self-reliant art. And because of that, I feel that I need to understand how they would have made all of these tools. So I've learned how to forge, how to carve, and how to sew the fabric.
Fantastic. So can you perhaps show us around here a little bit?
I would love to show you around here. So
Fantastic.
with this shelf, we're starting with a sai. Now, this wouldn't be your traditional sai. A traditional sai would have been a blunt instrument. It would have kept people safe, and it was a police tool.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, correct. But as Raphael brings into the idea that the sharp kind of makes it interesting. So I create the sai with nice sharp edges. On top of that, or added to that, we've got the kunai, the most traditional ninjutsu tool out there. Every ninja had kunai.
Okay.
Simple.
Familiar. I think I've seen them in a lot of movies.
Yeah, simple digging tool. Nothing more than that, but they can be used for a multiple.
Oh, wow. So initially a digging tool then?
Yeah, correct. It was just, most of all these tools were a farm implement that if we bring into, now let's go to this level. The simple comma. Now the scythe was a harvesting tool. Yeah. So ninja at that time period couldn't have actually ever been as ninja. You would have never seen someone dressed in black. That was like a dead giveaway. It's like, wow, there's a ninja over there. He's wearing a ninja uniform.
Makes perfect sense.
Exactly. They'd be dressed like farmers. So they'd have a scythe. They'd have their kunai. They'd have all these tools that naturally a farmer would have, just not doing the job of a farmer.
Fair enough.
What else do we have from here? We have to do the iconic katana. Everyone knows katana. So we've got 27 inches. I could say razor sharp, but that wouldn't do it justice.
Oh my God. It really doesn't do justice at all.
No, it really doesn't. Now, what makes this really interesting for a katana, for Japanese steel, that in Europe, they had tremendous amount of steel. So you'd have all of these swords that were able to hold edges, but they weren't really constructed so well. And the way that they would sharpen them would give them a cutting edge. With a katana, you don't sharpen it, you polish it. So it means you can press it against your skin all you want. I can't cut myself because of simple physics, because of how it's sharpened. But if I were to do that same demonstration and give just a 1/4 inch movement, it just slices beautifully.
Wow, I never knew anything like that. That's incredibly interesting.
Just because of the polish.
Wow, so fantastic. Thank you very much for showing us around. Do you mind perhaps showing me how to use a couple of these guys?
You show me which one you want to use, and I will show you how to use it.
I want to use a sai.
I like it. Let's get you armed up. So, first things that we need to understand about the sai is that we've got a balance point just between the fingers here. The fingers, the yoko. So, we hold it with our index finger and our thumb. The idea is when we want to switch it around, we can switch. Then our finger or index finger now goes onto the handle. So it's a thrusting tool, and it's a blocking tool, and it's a smashing tool. It's also collection of deflection.
Wow, super versatile then.
Super versatile. This is a close range tool. This means people have come in so far, this is the tool that you pull. They're coming in for hand-to-hand combat, but you still have one tool to act as your shield.
Fantastic. So maybe you can show me a couple stances or what have you with it.
Wonderful. One stance that we've got, because this is a close range tool and we want to capture, we're going to use what we would call a jumonji in ninjutsu. So jumonji in Japanese is just 10. So it's a cross. So we're creating this cross, so if anyone comes from an upward attack angle, I can deflect it with this. Also drop it down, let them go for my head to come for that. You invite them in a little further by bringing them in and not looking as, let's say, use the word mean. We're just hanging out. So now we've talked about this forward angle. Our shoulders are forward looking, so that means we can be very aggressive. We blade ourselves off. We're not near, now we're passive. Now the idea is we're going to allow them to come upon us. We're going to receive their attacks, and we will deliver back. Same sort of idea with Jumanji. We're still receiving, but we're delivering with a lot more attitude. So we can go to defensive postures afterwards.
Then I guess And I guess your more offensive posture there, you sort of stood a bit more stronger and more full-bodied, and I guess that perhaps lends to the effect of being intimidating or what have you.
Very true. That's simple psychology. That we look at the peacock. It's like, ooh, little bird. He puts those feathers up, and it's like, now we've got something to deal with.
Absolutely, completely agree.
Ourselves bigger, we look more intimidating. We make ourselves small. Psychologically, and the subconscious mind goes, I can beat him. Look how small he is. He's just a little. Oh, okay, maybe he's not so little. It's all into the psychology that within ninjutsu, I don't need to be the bigger person. In our philosophy, the opponent is always bigger, better, stronger, faster. You keep that understanding that we don't bring a lot of ego into this. We need to deal with whatever's being given to us. We're not going to make a situation into anything.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Matthew, for your time. Super interesting, super fascinating. If you guys would like to know more about Matthew and 9 Directions, then check out their link right over here. Cheers.